We're down here on the Provo River. It is June 2021, and the June suckers are in spawning. So back in the early 90s, I used to work for Division of Wildlife Resources down here on the Provo River on some of the June sucker projects. Back then, we had a hard time finding hardly any June suckers to work with. There were only about maybe 350 individuals at that time. Spent a lot of time collecting adults as they came into the river to spawn, and we stream side artificially spawned those fish, collected the eggs and the milt, and sent that up to the hatchery up in Logan, Utah, where they hatched those fish out, raised them up to the hatchery, and for the past 20 years or so they've been releasing those fish out into Utah Lake. Now they think that there's maybe 20, 30,000 June suckers swimming around Utah Lake, coming into the Provo River every year to spawn. Things are definitely looking up for June sucker. There's a couple other projects that are really helping out too. Right now, they're working on redoing the Provo Delta, and they're digging out a section of the farmland to the north of the river up here. The next year or two, they're going to be routing the river through that farmland and creating a really shallow place for the larval June suckers as they hatch out and drift down the river to find some warm water, lots of food, and lots of cover from predators. One thing that walking around in the Provo River right now, there's a lot of white bass in here spawning right now too. Some of the thoughts that problems with June suckers is maybe these fish are getting eaten out by these white bass in here spawning the same time June suckers are. There's a lot of green sunfish, even carp have been known to eat June sucker eggs and fry. One of the projects that I worked on back then was we looked at a flow study trying to figure out what was going on with the larval June suckers as they were drifting down the river. We found that at low flows like this year in 2021, there's typically not enough flow in the Provo River to push neutrally buoyant particles like larval June suckers out, through the lower Provo River and out into Utah Lake. It creates a problem because the Provo River is cold, it's deep, there's not a lot of cover, not a lot of food. The cold temperatures make it so baby fish grow really slowly, and then there's those predators. And so hopefully with the Delta project, it will help the recruitment problem that June suckers have been having, and we'll be able to see some naturally produced baby fish here in the next couple of years at Utah Lake. With all the work that's being done by the state and universities and the feds, Fish and Wildlife has proposed to downlist June sucker from an endangered species to a threatened species, which is really exciting. It's really neat to come up here this time of year and see all of these fish spawning in the Provo River. If you come in the evenings, walk up the river trail, sometimes you can see hundreds of June suckers spawning together. Back in my day when I was working down here, we'd be lucky to get one or two a night. And it's really refreshing to see that success story like this on the Provo River. June suckers are definitely looking up. Utah Lake is looking up too, and it's excited to be a part of that process.